In today's world, nothing is possible without money. In order to function our economy, money plays an important role. During ancient days, money was not there. The economy was based upon the barter system. Like a person may give his wheat to have clothes in exchange. So, money had no use in this system. Today's economy and ancient economy is totally different. In ancient economy, life was simple and everyone was self-sufficient. To overcome the problems of barter system, money was introduced. Money changed the scenario of the economy and made exchange of goods and service very easy and convenient. Now, what money is? Money plays an important role in modern economics. Okay, money is needed to facilitate the exchange of goods and service. Different factor incomes like wage, rent, interest, profit are received and paid with the money. Okay, now what is the definition of money? Money is anything which is widely used as means of payment and generally accepted in settlement of debts. Clear? So this was the concept of money. Now let us see the functions of money. Functions of money are of three types. First one is primary function, secondary function and contingent function. So one by one we'll see primary function, secondary function and contingent function. First one we'll see primary functions. Primary function. The first one is medium of exchange. Now the problem of barter system has been totally removed through introduction of money. In barter system there was goods to goods transaction. Suppose if you want apple, so you can get apple by giving rice to some other person. So it was a difficult process because both parties must agree for the exchange process. But when money came, the exchange process became easier. So if you want to buy anything, just you can pay money and you can get the commodity. Okay, so money helps in exchange process in a very easy way. So when money came, so the exchange process became very easier. You can buy anything by paying money. So this was the function of money, medium of exchange. Next one is measure of value. It is also one of the important function of money as it acts as a common measure of value. Just we use kilogram in measuring weight of a commodity and meter in measuring length of a commodity. Similarly, for measuring value of a commodity, we take money as a unit of account. Suppose, for example, a shirt may cost rupees 500, a chair may cost 600, a book may cost 700, a pen may cost 5 rupees, and so on. When we express the value of a commodity in terms of money, it is known as price. It is known as price. Thus, money has provided a common language of economic communication. So this way, money serves as a measure of value.
Secondary function. First one is standard of deferred payment. Now, what do you mean by deferred payment? Deferred payment means those payment which are to be made in future. Means the payment which are to be made in future can be expressed in terms of money. During barter system, it was not possible. Deferred payment was not possible as there was goods to goods exchange. Okay, goods are exchanged to get one another good. So it was not possible to make deferred payment. And money, after introduction of money, deferred payment was possible because money can be held for longer period of time. Okay, it is durable, and one most important thing that money is acceptable everywhere. So money helps in deferred payment, in making deferred payment. Clear? Next one is store of value. We can store money in the form of wealth. Okay, but we cannot store commodity for longer period of time. Commodities will not give us benefit, but money if kept in the bank as well can give us interest, and obviously it will increase our wealth. Okay, so that's why money helps in performing store of value. Clear? Next one is transfer of value. Money can be transferred from one place to another or person to person. Clear? So suppose you want to gift a friend. Okay, you want to give some gift to friend, but you don't know what is your friend's choice. So what you do, you transfer the amount in his bank account. So what will happen? Your friend can buy anything whatever he wants to. So that's why you can say that money can be transferred, okay, from one person to another or from one place to another. So money helps as a transfer of value. Clear? So this was secondary function. Now let us move on to contingent function.
Contingent function. The first one is consumption decision. Consumer's consumption depends upon the income, and this income is expressed in terms of money. The level of consumption of a consumer depend upon his income. Higher the income, higher will be the consumption. So this way money helps in making consumption decision. Next one is production decision. Now apart from making consumption decision, money also helps in making production decision. Now the prices of factors such as wage rate, interest rate, investments are made in terms of money. So it is money which helps the producer in taking important decision regarding the production. Okay. The next one is distribution of national income. Now what is national income? National income means the value of all goods and service in a particular year. So the value of goods and service is also expressed in terms of money. So this way money has in distribution of income. The next one is basis of credit system. Now trade and business depend upon the credit system. Now entrepreneur, they take loan from the bank, and these loans are also expressed in terms of money. The interest which they give on loan is also expressed in terms of money. So money helps in proper credit flow in the economy. So this way it helps as a basis of credit system. So today we have discussed definition of money, functions of money. Functions of money like primary function, secondary function and contingent function. So this was the chapter money. So if you have any doubt, you can text in my number. Thank you, students.